Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Crosswatchers, welcome. This is your monthly, I was going to say love, career prediction reading for October. It still is a general collective reading, so please only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you, especially when it comes to career, craft, and finances. It's really important to also seek financial advice where necessary. I feel like there's one more. Time is fluid and everyone involved does have free will, of course. Okay. Mercury and communication, 11th house, the edge, sextile and opportunity, 6th house and craft. So I feel like you've made a new discovery or you're seeking answers for something. This also could be tapping into like a friend group for feedback or a community for feedback, especially if you've got a startup. I mean, the 11th house can talk about startups, but it talks about earned wealth, philanthropy, like very discussion type of energy, like groupthink kind of energy, community, collective, friendship, social circle, even wishes, okay? But I feel like there's a sense of discovering something here, experimentation, looking to the future, and going, okay, if here is where I want to end up, then how do I reverse engineer the plan, the steps to get there? And I think that opens up a world of opportunity, kind of like when you break everything down and you put everything on paper, you're like, oh, okay, now I know that opportunity exists. Now I know who I need to talk to and who can assist with this. Now I know which door to open. Now it's like a light bulb goes on for each little thing, and fresh air, right, is opened for each new window that you kind of like unlock. It's development of a career or craft. It's development of a new habit. It's development of the process of things, especially if you work in health or wellness, healing modalities, okay, coming up. But this is also about your daily method of operation. The 6th house very much speaks of like harmony, cooperation, healing. And again, there is an element of working with people in a service industry or to be of service to people. And the way that you communicate this plan or this process or this discovery, or how you communicate what you've learnt, how do you market that? How do you advertise that? How does that information become communication? How does that information become like magnets for the right people to find your work? Or how do you then take all this data and break it down for the required recipient? So whether that is your boss, whether that is another company that you need to do a presentation to, there's an element of like reporting and an awareness about your audience or awareness about the people that you're communicating with here. And especially if you are bartering is coming up for some reason. I know that's an old school term, but it's like, okay, well, if I give you this, blueprint, then can you funnel it through to completion? And each party gets paid for each bit, but the outcome, like, well, I'll take this much and you take that much. Or the most like simplistic way to say bartering is like, if I give you a loaf of bread, will you give me a knob of butter? It's like, thanks, I need that, you need this. That kind of element coming through too. Oh, that's a chunk. It could feel like dunk, it could feel like something lands after you've seen it up close and personal, after you've analyzed something. It all comes to light. It all hits you like a ton of bricks. This is so many cards. All right, we've got the Stag Spirit, take the lead. There is an element of Aries energy coming through that I felt even with this 11th house of very much action oriented. I think this is quite a busy time. I also think that you might be kind of glued to your phone or your computer. There's a lot of... I started rubbing my eyes as soon as your messages came through. So there is an element of like, take a little step back. Like I said, up close and personal. That's so interesting. I'm giggling. Yeah, because it's like you're going to get four eyes. You're going to get cross-eyed. Like, just take it back a notch. Like, even like your neck is going to get a bit sore if you're too into the details. It's people might be saying like, hello, are you there? And you're just completely like lost in the data, the flow of information. Wow, pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Oh my gosh. If that is not babe, I don't know what is. That is so cute. Freaking heck. Oh my gosh. Use your mind wisely. This is like pigs might fly, right? Pig on cloud 9. Light as a feather. Light as a feather. So cute. Use your mind wisely. Very much so with the Mercury in communication. And sometimes, look, our imagination, water sign imagination, Pisces imagination, can get away with you. But I think it's going to come in really handy for you to... do you know what it is? It's a comprehension. You're comprehending the information that you're getting. And I feel like the only way for you to do it, there's something very visual. There's a reason I said on paper, something very visual about the way you might need to convey the information or sort, like sorting hat. It's not like it has to be said out loud until this point, until a presentation or the outward outcome of something. I think the breakdown process is like post-it notes everywhere. And then it's like, that's one topic, almost like how you'd write an essay back in the day. It's like post-it note of that sentence or that chapter or that thought. And then you put all the post-it notes together under one kind of bracket. And there's your paragraph for that. And there's your paragraph for that. Or there's your chapter for that. If you're writing a book, that's that kind of feeling too. Bobcat spirit, life is a mystery. Ooh, something like hiding in the shadows is kind of what I'm getting here. But I also feel like timing. With that 8-8 portal, this 8 just made me instantly, and the bobcat, of course, Leo energy, just made me think of the 8-8 portal of when the veil is the thinnest. So I do think you're using your imagination wisely, that Piscean dreaminess of yours, to dissect facts, to dissect lots of heavy information that helps you to then, and you combine it with your etherealness, and it amplifies it more. You see it in a new way that not everyone sees it, but by you expressing it like that, by you drawing attention to it in a way that only you can, it opens doors, it opens windows, and people are like, whoa, I never thought of it like that. It's not so black and white, it's actually rainbow. Look at this color palette here. It's actually so, and it's like when you look at a snowflake up close. And it makes me think of Dr. Emotive, his water experiment. If you haven't looked that up, I know I've spoken about that a million times on this channel. Bee spirit, sweet results await. Ooh, reflection, assessment, and control is what 7 is. And 7th house also talks about foreign affairs and contracts, okay? So maybe there is a signing of contracts. I'm drawn to the B and the B. So again, an awareness, a perception, a palette, right? On both of these cards, it's like an artist palette, but then it's a communicative palette. How do you taste that even? If you think about the palette of your tongue, how do you speak that? How do the words taste? And that's Piscean energy more than anything, is how do the words taste? How does it paint a picture in your mind's eye? You want people to see this, not just hear it. Wow, there's a huge depth to this. Beautiful energy, but sweet results definitely await because of how much reflection you're doing and how much you're reflecting what you see and it's like it's through your filter. It has to go through your filter in order for something to be communicated here. Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So if you feel like this is taking a long time, it's because, again, it's going through your filter. And good things don't happen overnight is kind of the energy of the 6th house coming through. It does take skill, and it does take like an apprenticeship kind of energy to work through something. Method, purification, keep going. Like a diet, like service, just the details of things do take time. And you have antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Look, this antelope looks like it's cracking through like a star portal or something, and just like there's like all electric veins running through it, and it's just like whoosh. Even its antlers are like pulled right back. I love that. Things are about to like speed up after things being slow, and this is timing, right? Timing of things, the divine timing of things. It's like, take the lead, use your imagination, you're doing all the right things, Know that the timing is divine. Know that you can control what you're controlling, and that you know things are going to be working out in the best and highest good. And even if it's slow going, just know, about to speed up real quick. All right, let's get in. That took a long time to get to that point. Interesting. I feel like things are going to speed up in this reading as well. All right, what else? Ooh. Not without a few slip-ups, okay? This deck doesn't get used much, so it's a little bit slippery. It's a bloody awesome deck, but honestly, I need to understand it a bit better because it involves movies that I don't fully remember or have never actually seen. The Lovers is showing up, and that is Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal in Brokeback Mountain. So there could be partnerships here. 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Okay, knowing when to walk away from too much up close and personal energy. There's a bluebird with a note, so it feels like Twitter. Let's call it X, because that's, you know, its name. So there's a lot of data. There's a lot of back and forth messages, and it can feel very chaotic. And so there is a need to remember, these two coming out together is so important. There is a need to remember to pull back. Pull back and see things from a bigger perspective, okay? Because too up close is going to get you possibly even, distracted, okay? From family, from lovers, from other things in life. That's so interesting. 2 of Cups. Whoa. It's like these two came out together for a reason and these two came out together for a reason. It's almost a warning, but it's also saying, like, it's okay to ask for help here. The Lovers is originally about a choice. And the 2 of Cups is about equal give and take. You need to have that balance in your own life, and especially when it comes to self-love as well. Like, it's equal give and take when you're talking about career and finances. It's like, well, work as hard as you play, because there's inspiration that's coming through with your play, you know? And that's going to serve you and serve your imagination, okay? And that's also going to serve your mind. There's something about that pig spirit that also reminds me of another film. Oh my gosh. What? I was about to say Russell Crowe, but for my Aussies who know who Russell Coight is, I nearly said Russell Coight. Oh, that's so funny. Maybe it's the Babe reference, Russell Coight, Babe. I don't know. But so this does also remind me of that Beautiful Mind movie with Russell Crowe. So there is an element of, like, really mind your mind, because you don't want it to get too down a rabbit hole where it can become confused. Okay, the Hierophant in reverse, higher level learning. So again, there's an apprenticeship energy coming through. There's a need to, like, just take it slow, to learn everything you need to learn, because there is so much data at play. There is so much to be discovered here. There is so much to understand here. And there is a little bit of experimentation energy. So maybe it's an unlearning of a few things. It doesn't mean that you're like actually in an apprenticeship, but it's an unlearning, and it could be very purposeful unlearning of certain things and certain ways of doing business or doing your work, that you're like, hang on, let me disrupt this, let me break the mold a little bit, and let me digest this information. Very strongly coming through of, like, the Pisces vision needs to come through on this. The Pisces sensitivity and dreaminess needs to come through on this. And I think it's for a reason. 3 of Cups. This is my celebration card, birthday party, engagement card. But when it comes to business and work, this could also be talking about a celebration is about to take place because of the opportunities you've created, possibly even collaborations strongly here. Not just 2 people, but it could be 3. Or it's like we start with 2 and then we bring in a 3rd. But you'll have at least 3 people in your corner cheering you on is an energy that I'm also picking up. Even if this is not asking for help in terms of finances or knowledge, it's asking for help in terms of, hey, I need to communicate with my partner about what's going on in my life so I don't look as distant or as distracted. You've got the 2 of Coins at the bottom of the deck, which is also talking about a need to balance things out. And again, balancing out work and play, but also making sure that you're meeting deadlines when it comes to money as well. 4 of Cups and Ace of Cups. A lot of watery energy showing up here too. So there is a need to understand that there is support coming, there is love coming, there is praise coming. But you also need to look after yourself and not get too bogged down in how long something is taking, okay? Because it's almost like you're 3 feet from gold here. And that message did come up for a couple of signs when it came to love for October as well. So I would definitely go and watch your love reading, regardless of if you're in a relationship or not. I mean, if you're not looking for love at all, don't watch it and don't come at me for posting love readings, please. But this Four of Cups can sometimes talk about an apathy, you know, a boredom. But also knowing that the right cup is about to come. So if you need to deny a few collaborations, the right people will come into your life soon enough, okay? I actually want to get one of these. Thank you. Passion. The Potion of Passion, beetroot, beautiful red energy. And there's the 7 again, okay? Assessment, control, reflection. And addiction to gardening is not bad when you consider all the other choices in life. Yeah, the 7s, especially if we're talking about 7 of Cups, is to do with choices. So know that you do have a choice when it comes to who you engage with and who you might share your dreaminess with. And again, it's like if you collaborate and communicate things through a dreamy lens, you will attract a different type of person, okay? Abundance and Grape, 23. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Bit of Sagittarian energy coming through with that, of like, shoot your shot. Take the lead. Go for it. Keep the fiery energy alive. There's also a sense of mystery and timing. I'm learning the phases of the moon on the cards. So what have I got here? That is a waxing crescent moon. So this is about goal setting and planning. Okay, more grows in the garden than the gardener sows. Yeah, look, as you learn things, as you put out things, what people react to might be, and that's that bartering kind of energy. People might say, oh, wow, I love your bread, but someone else is going to say, oh, what's the butter on that bread? You know, and so people are going to pick up different parts of it. People are going to relate to different parts of it, and you're actually going to get more abundance than you think. If the product or the service is actually going to provide more, and people, it could even be like your own spin on things, very much so, because it keeps coming up. Brings you more abundance than the actual job itself. Brings you more abundance than the actual thing. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's like what you can do, what you can get out of these grapes is going to be so much juiciness, okay? We also have some Leo energy coming through with the Passion. So fiery energy, Leo, Sagittarius, and Leo again in memory. Note-taking. This is kind of giving me a sense of, again, paper, needing to map things out and knowing that there's a sacred geometry at play here. And there's actually no message on the back of that one. Interesting why I didn't do that. Okay, cool. That's from the Green Witch Oracle deck, and I took the quotes that were in the guidebook and wrote them on the back. Okay, now we have Jerry and Esther Hicks Law of Attraction deck and Brenda Burchard's The Motivation Manifesto. What does Pisces need to know? That's too many. I just heard podcaster, okay, and an affirmation for Pisces. So that's a big way of communicating to a large group of people on various platforms at once. Perseverance. Oh, yes, very much so. Oh, there's another one. You get a bonus. Beauty. Okay, let's start here. Okay, card number 25. I can always tell a different financial abundance story. What anyone else has or does not have has nothing to do with you. The only thing that affects your experience is the way you utilize the non-physical energy with your thought. Your abundance or lack of it in your experience has nothing to do with what anyone else is going. Wow, why am I making up sentences? Has nothing to do with what anyone else is doing or having. It only has to do with your perspective. It only has to do with your offering of thought. If you want your fortunes to shift, you have to begin telling a different story. That is the main emphasis of this entire deck, this Law of Attraction deck. So always tell a different financial abundance story, believing that better is to come. I remember it always, fear wins or freedom wins, and I choose freedom. Yeah, don't become bogged down by too much data, too up close. You need to also like zoom back out again to see the bigger picture and know that you actually are doing something different and amazing, and it's definitely worth taking the action towards. Life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. Love is significant here. So whether you're going into partnership with love or whether you're remembering the why of why you're doing something, it's like, oh, because I want love, because I want time for my lover, because I want to bring more experience and beauty into my life. And interesting that we have the beauty card as I say that. Peacock also is a very like confident energy. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. Yeah, you might not get the credit you deserve immediately. I'm beautiful and I don't care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. Yep. Okay, perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier, blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters, okay? You can bring your vulnerability, of course. You can bring your softness. But there is an element here of keep making, keep creating. Keep opening doors too, because it feels like you just don't know which one is going to unlock the next thing. With this mountain climbing energy and like, there's an element here of like, people are going to tell you how to do your job is what I feel. People are going to really tell you how to do, like give you advice, but I don't think these people have done it before. And so you're allowed to do it in your own way. You're allowed to grunt and cry and, be a bit freaked out by everything. The computer just wanted to turn itself on then. But it's your way. It's like communicate your way. There's nothing is a coincidence. That's why the computer just started chatting away there. It's like, it's going to be your way. I hope this makes sense for you, Pisces. Please let me know in the comments below what resonated here, because it is a lot. There's a lot of detail at play for you in the month of October. But it also says make sure you also play, because it is such a draining task that you seem to be doing. It's such a detail-oriented thing that you seem to be working on at the moment. And yes, perseverance is important, but you would fall over if you could very easily burn out. And I think that's why so much cup energy is here. It's like tap into your emotions, but your emotions can also burn out too. Your cup can be completely emptied. So there is someone, or there is a offer that is coming through that's going to rehydrate you. It is coming. Keep believing that it will, and keep using your unique Piscean viewpoint to see things through and to speak things through your lens, okay? If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Wishing you all the best. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.